God, I used to watch those movies, like the quarantine movies, and be like, that'll never happen to us. And here we are.
Hello, friends, and welcome back to another episode of Pickles and Vodka, the unfiltered mental health podcast, where hot messes can find other hot messes and listen to them talk about hot messes and just all be hot messes together. I feel like these taglines get more and more lackadaisical every time, but it's kind of a reflection of my mental state right now. I'm very tired. I've been out of my PHP program for 3 days, and I have a lot of free time because, as you heard last week, I don't have a job anymore. So I've just been spending the time doing various work around the house, doing a little bit of writing, doing a little bit of reading, spending way too much time on social media than I would like to admit, and also just, I don't know. I'm not spending enough time on the things that are important to me. Like, you'd think that when you do have enough time, you will suddenly take it upon yourself to do everything you've been putting off. But that has never really worked out that way for me. What happens when I have free time is I get anxious and I procrastinate and I often indulge in self-destructive behaviors and sleep a lot. Like, it's not good. So today, I've been editing this interview for you guys. I wasn't making as much progress as I thought and really stressing out because I knew it would take a long time to edit. And so my friend Connor had me over to his place and we did a little mini-sode for you guys that I will be releasing instead of the real episode, which will probably get released later this week. But for now, you guys get a bonus. So my laziness has some good consequences, I guess. But yeah, this episode is not like one of my normal episodes where I interview a guest for an hour about their mental health story. This episode is just me and my friend Connor casually talking about some stuff that's been on our minds lately. We talk about his recent experience with anxiety, and we talk about some things that I've been going through as well. It's just a nice little palate cleanser for you guys. I am trying really hard to stay positive and to give myself a little self-compassion right now. After I finish editing this, I will probably take a walk or do something nice for myself. And next Monday, or maybe even sooner, you guys can have the other episode. So here's my mini-sode with Connor, and I hope you guys enjoy. I'm not gonna lie to you, I feel so out of it right now.
Wow.
Like, I just had a nap in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
And, like, that messes with me so much.
What a shame.
Like, I literally thought it was Monday, and I thought that I slept till 3:30 p.m.
Oh my god.
I was like, what the fuck?
Wait, what time is it? I actually don't know what time it is.
It's 4:30 right now.
Okay.
But when I woke up, it said 3:30, and I was like, holy shit, what just happened? That's the thing. When you, like, take drugs that make you drowsy, which I do. Yes. Sometimes you just don't know what day it is.
I was gonna say to you, we have had countless plans that have been canceled because I slept over. So I get you.
Well, I guess it was about time that I did it.
It's about I deserved this.
Oh, you cut it
honestly,
thick.
you should. I cut those cucumbers.
He cuts it thick. Cucumber.
So we have what I would assume is a charcuterie board.
You said ranch board.
Well, I was initially going to do a ranch board, but then you said you were a ranch snob, so it didn't happen.
He texted me and he was like, do you like ranch? And I said, it depends. I'm a ranch snob. And then
I know.
He was like, which ranch brand do you like? And I gotta be honest, I only like the kind that's like
jarred.
At restaurants.
Oh, really?
Or homemade.
Oh.
The jarred ones are good too, the glass jars.
Yeah, like a glass jarred.
But that's not necessarily an indication that it's good.
Really,
like, I'm super picky. And so Connor was like, well, I was just gonna make a ranch board, but I guess I'll go fuck myself. Just kidding.
I would never.
So what is in front of us now? It is.
We got cheese. We got crackers. We got carrots. We got hukes.
We got some goat cheese. The chev. Some yellow lentil hummus.
Yum.
Which it looks kind of gross.
Oh my gosh,
wait,
I actually like it. Okay, sorry.
Yeah,
you give your opinion. Good? Is it good? Like, how do you feel? I like it.
It tastes just like regular hummus.
Yeah.
There's like nothing extraordinary. Ooh,
wait. What's the benefit of it?
It's got a little spice to it.
Yeah, I like it. I think it's really good.
It doesn't hit you until like afterwards.
What is the positive of having a hummus like this?
Lentil? I guess they're just sneaking more veggies in with lentil.
Okay.
Like, have you noticed that's trending right now? People making hummus out of literally anything.
I have no idea.
Have you had chocolate hummus? That's a thing.
Oh my god.
Dessert hummus is a thing.
Dessert hummus. Isn't it supposed to be like hummus? Isn't that how you pronounce it?
Maybe if you're from the Middle East.
I guess I don't know. Oh no, is that offensive? No. I guess that's it's just a pronunciation thing, right?
Yeah,
I remember I used to live with this gentleman, an older man, who would pronounce hummus. He would say that whenever he walked by, and it was very silly. I loved it. Hey, so we are here to talk about mental health.
Yeah.
And our journeys.
Well, we're here because I'm lazy.
Well, yeah.
We're here because I did not edit the real episode in time, and so this is going to be a stand-in. Well, okay, no, that's a lie. We were planning on doing this anyway.
Yeah.
But it just kind of worked out to enable my laziness.
Honestly, it's such a chill episode. I feel like that's a good thing every now and then. It's a rainy Sunday.
People are gonna be like, okay, when is he getting his own podcast already?
Oh, well, I don't know.
I feel like I have you on so much that you're like,
I
mean, you are the unofficial co-host.
I am the unofficial co-host. I should have been here sooner.
Yeah. So I guess right now it's a Seattle Sunday. It's nice and gray outside.
Yes.
Connor has redecorated his apartment,
which we love.
Or I should say rearranged.
Yeah, kind of rearranged.
Yeah, I feel like I'm in like anthropology right now, or like restoration hardware. Pictures cannot. I feel like you need to submit this to like
I must
therapy.
put it on my karma. I love it.
Oh my god, it's so cute. I just feel like I felt like a better person just when I walked in the door.
Stop that! I love that.
The feng shui is like.
This is very complimentary. I did not earn this.
Well, I'm really passionate about design.
You are, and honestly,
I'm very
your apartment
picky.
is
my taste is so picky.
Cute too. You're so trendy. I feel like I will take whatever compliment you have to give me.
But the one thing is, he has these like beautiful picture frames, but they have like the generic art prints in them. So that
what they came with.
Fast.
I know.
So if you guys have an idea of what Connor should put in his picture frames, message me.
Give me a little.
Maybe do any artists listen to the podcast?
Let me know. I'll commission
you.
Maybe
this could be your big break.
This could be a big break in my apartment. I'll commission you.
All two of my listeners are like,
no.
Cool.
I literally, I will buy stuff from them. It'll be great.
But yeah, it's a nice day. We're sitting here. We, last time we were going on a walk and we were talking about, how our lives are kind of getting better.
Shifting.
Well, you had come to me a few weeks ago with this kind of big revelation about yourself.
Oh my gosh,
recap what that is for the listeners?
Based on just like life and going through...
God, sorry. What the fuck? My brother never texts me, and this is the time he decides to text me.
We love it.
It's a picture. It's a Lord of the Rings meme. It's a picture of the Fellowship of the Ring movie poster, and the caption is, after the success of the Snyder Cut, Peter Jackson is considering releasing the Jackson Uncut version of Lord of the Rings, which is 8.5 days long.
I literally was like, no way. I was like, no, that's not true.
Okay, that was worth opening.
It's so funny. Everyone's watching Lord of the Rings right now, too. I've literally, like, 3 of my friends are doing a binge.
No one will ever watch Lord of the Rings with me.
I'm so sorry.
It's my favorite movie.
No.
Well,
is it really?
Used to
The
be
trilogy?
When I was a teenager.
Really?
Yes,
wait, why?
I was a nerd. I read the books when I was 9.
Oh my god.
I taught myself Elvish.
Oh my god.
I did fan fiction.
Are you serious?
And, I made a Lord of the Rings fan websites, multiple fan websites. I met some of my friends like on Lord of the Rings chat rooms.
Yeah. That's so great. Okay, so I'm gonna drop I'm almost name dropping, but not really name dropping in this moment. So I've been to the Shire. Like in New Zealand?
How is that name dropping?
Well, it's like a name of a place, right? It's not really like a
That's
celeb.
a public tourist attraction, right?
Well, yes, but like, have you been? I don't think so. Christina.
You're acting like it's this like, secret.
Like this
no one's
big
allowed
thing.
to get in.
I've been there, so no big deal. It's like really cool though. Like the party tree, that's what they call it, right? The big tree. Like, oh, it's very big.
How was it?
It's large. It's a large tree. And
all right. Did you go inside a hobbit hole?
I did, but okay, so they're not like very deep. It like goes like an inch in. And then it's like done because then they filmed it in Hollywood or whatever, and so that's like all. Anyway, so I've been to the Shire, whatever.
Oh,
Big deal.
You've been inches inside the Shire.
I've been inches inside.
Watch that be the title of this episode.
Inches inside the Shire. Okay. No, I feel like we've got a couple more good headings coming our way. I can feel it. I can feel
heartburn.
it. My heart, not burning, but it's there.
Oh my god. Okay, anyway, sorry. Wow. You were talking about...
Anxiety.
Yes.
Take it away. You know, it's funny. I didn't know much about anxiety before some of these revelations. I've had a couple people in my life recently who have brought to my attention that perhaps I am an anxious person, which makes a lot of sense with track record and then also others who have told me they're anxious, right? I have always had this, would it be a predisposition? Is that how you would call it? Like this? Yeah.
You've been predisposed.
Predisposed to feel extreme tension,
extreme
paranoia, emotion. Yeah. In moments of stress.
That's what we were talking about, how we feel emotions really strongly.
Yes,
but we'll get more to that later.
About.
But like, you knew you were predisposed to anxiety, but like what?
I didn't know what the word was.
What happened to, like, what was the catalyst to this?
Well, the guy I'm seeing kind of helped me realize what it is, right? We have a lot of discussion about the attachment theory, which totally go look it up if you haven't, because it's very it's a big eye opener to the type of person you are in relationship, which I think is so fascinating.
Connor's dating a therapist.
I'm dating.
This is no joke.
He's lovely. We're a big fan. With that, not just him, but my actual therapist, and then you and I had this conversation, and I've had conversations with others who know of the attachment theories, and it's like out of nowhere in my life, it just came in like I shouldn't say bullets. I should say like it just sprayed me in the face, right? Which is, it's like, it felt like out of nowhere I was getting some answers to the ways I behaved in relationships. So, with that, I've just been very anxious lately, having a little bit of an upward spike, and less in this current moment, but in the last few weeks it's been crazy.
Do you think it's new anxiety, or do you think it's just
it's what I've
been brought to this?
I think it's been brought to light.
Like you've always had it, but you're now noticing it.
Yeah, now know what it is.
Can you explain what the attachment theory is in a nutshell?
I can.
For those
in a nutshell.
I don't even know if I could define it.
So I'm not the most educated in this. So a therapist, I think, is the perfect person to go to.
Yeah, guys,
with
we're not
this.
doctors.
Yeah, we ain't doctors,
like,
but
paraphrase.
Yeah, paraphrase. And honestly, there's a book I'm
like
listening to. Oh yeah, please get that goat cheese. There's a book I'm listening to called Insecure in Love. It is, and I cannot remember the person who wrote it. Maybe you can drop it in the bio or something like that. But it talks the attachment theories. The attachment theories are like there are three pillars of attachment style, which is secure attachment, avoidant attachment, and anxious attachment. For me, I sit under the anxious attachment portion, right? And each of these three pillars can dictate who you're kind of attracted to, who you do very well with. It's almost like a zodiac sign, but it has more substance to it, right? More scientific base. I do advise looking into which attachment theory, which attachment style you fit into, because I can't really go into it in depth right now, but I will tell you, super eye-opening, and has actually given me a lot of peace in how I see things and work through things, and understanding of who I am as an individual. It's a long battle, a long journey. I am definitely not there yet, but it's good. It's so nice to feel.
Because
better.
You've had a rocky history of relationships, and like
very rocky.
I know we've talked about this a lot. How it just feels like nothing ever works out. Like you're always the problem.
Not even just romantic friendships. Family's hard.
Well, and you feel you've always felt like you felt everything so like hard.
Like really, will put me into a spiral.
Yeah, I mean, how did you feel about? Not what I'm putting words
You know, in the past I've been in relationships where I was just I use the word addicted, but maybe that's not the word I should use. Feeling addicted to someone and in constant need of their validation, attention. If I'm not getting that, I spin stories as to what's actually happening in the relationship, that it's either going to fail or that there's no future for us, or I'm just mad, right? Or I'm just sad, like really sad. And I would actually ask you, Christina, we talked about you feeling some of these feelings as well, that you've gone through some of this in some of your relationships. Do you agree with that?
Well, first of all, love addiction is real. Like, that's a thing.
Right, yes.
And, you know, I don't know what the official requirement is. And that, you know, again, we're not doctors.
No,
but,
I'm not a doctor, but I've heard it. I've heard the phrase.
For me, I kind of feel the opposite. In my relationships, I have felt like I haven't felt enough about the person.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. That's a lie.
Maybe avoidant. Maybe it's the avoidant pillar, right?
They've been avoidant.
And not to just define you, but
yeah,
that's like,
I get anxious. I think the similarity between us is that we both we're aware of the things that are unfelt. Mm-hmm. Like, we're aware of the things that we're not feeling. Like, oh my God, am I supposed to be feeling this way right now? Like, are they supposed to be feeling this way? Why? What's missing? And then we focus so much on the things that are missing that we're not appreciating the things that are like that we have.
Yeah.
To think about.
It sucks. It's really hard. You know, the advice I've been given lately is, one, catch yourself in these thoughts, learn how to understand where they come from for you, and then try to live in the moment. That's the one I keep getting that really can be kind of annoying, but to live in the moment is probably going to be the remedy in some regard. Anyway, it's a fascinating concept. Yeah.
So you have been diving into the attachment theory.
Yeah. And what anxiety is, really.
Yeah, just learning a lot about yourself, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Want to talk a little bit about what you've found out so far?
Well, it's a spectrum. I've learned a lot that the attachment theories reside on a spectrum, so you can be kind of on one end or the other, or anywhere in between.
Well, no one's ever fully... Like, everyone's a combination of these
and they're a combination.
Attachment styles. But, like, I think predominantly you are.
Yes, pretty anxious. Yeah, I'm pretty anxious. But one thing that was very promising that I've learned about this process is that you can really earn secure attachment, right? What are you looking at?
I'm looking up the official definition of your anxious attachment theory.
Yeah, or you should also look up love addiction. I feel like that'd be very interesting. But anyway, no, you know, I've learned that in relationship, if you're an anxious type, you're an avoidant type, you can earn secure attachment, which makes you just healthier in relationships, and that's really promising. I've also learned that it's okay to be either or anything in between. If you're anxious, that doesn't mean you're a shit person, right?
Yeah.
If you're avoidant, that doesn't mean you're a shit person, you don't deserve love or a good relationship. You just gotta work with it, right?
Yeah.
Which is very nice here, because, you know, in those past relationships that didn't work out, if I had anxious tendencies, the guys I dated would not be very nice about it, right? They wouldn't be understanding.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's the thing. It's not all on you.
Yeah.
Like, it is.
I mean, it is, like, to figure out my own stuff, but it's not, they should be a supportive partner, right?
This website, mindbodygreen.com, which who knows how trustworthy it is, but they define anxious attachment style as a type of insecure attachment style rooted in a fear of abandonment and an insecurity of being underappreciated.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean,
in a nutshell.
That's very much a nutshell, but yeah, totally. What about anxious? Not anxious.
And then love addiction.
Do love addiction. I feel like that'd be interesting to hear.
There's a lot of articles, not a lot of scientific articles.
Yeah.
What is love addiction? Psychology Today. Okay, I don't want to read this whole fucking article though. Oh, okay. Love addiction refers to a pattern of behavior characterized by a maladaptive, pervasive, and excessive interest towards one or more romantic partners, resulting in a lack of control, the renounce of other interests and behavior, and other negative consequences. Yeah.
I mean, it sounds kind of along the lines. It almost sounds like a symptom to some of the attachment theories.
You know what? Totally.
But it's just, it is what it is, right? Yeah. All of this stuff is fascinating. I do highly recommend anyone that wants to learn a little bit more about them, because, like, it's giving peace to me. It's giving me a nice, like, sense of calm when I'm trying to look at a relationship that I'm really enjoying.
Ask your therapist also.
Ask
your
therapist.
Just take our word for it.
Yes.
Like, don't.
Yes.
The internet has a lot of information on it.
Therapists are really good to have. Truly. So what about you, yo? What's going on for you these days?
Well, I got out of my PHP program. I graduated.
Yay.
So now I'm literally just bopping around in my apartment in the city, just seeing the sights. I've not had a job since I was 17. Mm-hmm. Like, I've been working since I was 17. And so this is the first time in my life where I don't have a job on the horizon. Yeah. Because any other time, like, I at least had, like, a Starbucks I was transferring to or something to fall back on. But, like, there's nothing. And it kind of terrifies me. Yeah. I mentioned on the last episode that I will be moving to Virginia in the summer to be closer to family and focus on recovery and to save some money. But I said it on the podcast and then I literally didn't tell anyone else. And so people probably are still going to be surprised if they don't listen. Really? Like, people in my life still don't know. So I've been, I was going to say, I knew. But... Yeah. Well, like, the people closest to me know. Yeah. But anyway, a couple nights ago, my sister Caroline, who has also been a guest on the podcast, we decided to get an apartment together in the summer when I could get down there. And so, like, such a huge relief. It is, yes. It's such a huge relief because now I don't have to live with my parents, which, you know, no shame if you do have to live with your parents. No, well, you get a nice space to yourself. I was prepared for it. I was going to do it. But yeah, the room they had for me was really tiny, and I have 2 cats, and so that wouldn't have really worked out. I was prepared to give little Fang to my other sister to watch while I was living with them. Yeah. Because, like, that. But yeah, I don't have to now. We're going to get a place together. It's going to be great. I'm going to figure out what I want to do. With my life. You have a little time, which is nice. I have time. Yeah, and in a less expensive city, a less expensive place. Yeah. So you'll have, Well, we talk about this all the time, how young we are and how much time we do have. And, like, I feel like sometimes we kind of get into the fatalistic thinking of, like, you know, there's no more options for me. Yeah. I've made too many mistakes. You know, my life is never going to work out. Do you feel like that sometimes? Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Especially last year, COVID really got me that way. Currently, it's in a different weird right mindset. Now. Like, it's like people are starting to feel more optimistic, but also, like, they feel afraid of feeling optimistic. Yes. Because, like, when's it going to get yanked out from under us? Well, other day, oh my God. So, the other day, I stepped into a coffee shop, Union Coffee, right down the street from us in Seattle. Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. It's next to that store with the barber. Oh my gosh, yes. I know exactly. Yeah. Okay, anyway. So, I stepped inside and immediately I was just overwhelmed by the smell of a coffee shop. Oh. And it kind of transported me back in time to when we could, like, I used to go there and work on my laptop all the time. Yeah. And now, you know, they're only allowed to have 4 people in the building at a time. And so... I was just kind of struck by the vast difference and like the emptiness. Yeah. Was it emotional? It was so emotional. Wow. I was not expecting to be so emotional. The point that I'm trying to make is that we have gone through this enormous global trauma. Yeah. And I think a lot of us are still in survival mode. Like, we aren't really letting ourselves feel it. Yeah. Yeah. At least, like, I speak for myself. I kind of forget what a big deal it is, and I think, I mean, I've said this before. I feel like a lot of people are going to be processing this forever. Mm-hmm. Like, we're going to be getting over this. It's a historical event. It is. You know? Yeah. It's a big massive shifter. Like, I was talking to my friend Rosie last night, and I was saying, like, when we're talking about this in the future, people are going to ask you, like, who were you with during 2020? Yeah. You know, it's like, where were you on 9/11? It's like, where were you 2020? Like, who were you with? Entire year. Who was in your bubble in 2020? And even more than that, 2020 to 2021, during the COVID pandemic, right? And it's hard, right? Because you're looking at this moment of, like, emotional, where things kind of are a little similar to the way they were, but they're definitely different. We're adjusting from all that, but also what's the social responsibility around still being as safe as possible for the majority as opposed to the minority, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, it's such a tricky time, and I love a coffee shop. Let me tell you, I want to go sit down in a coffee shop so freaking bad. We used to to do that. We used to hang out in coffee shops together.
Excuse me. Whoa. We met in a coffee shop. We became friends in a coffee shop.
Yeah.
We worked at one together.
And then in our free time, we also went to the coffee shops together. We had no lives, obviously.
Well, I just feel like coffee shops are such a warm place. A cafe is a place you go to be productive, to be social, to enjoy a cup. You know what I mean? It's so lovely. And Seattle is so about their coffee shop.
Seattle is obsessed with coffee shops. That's one thing I'll miss about being here.
Yeah, me too.
I'm going to miss... I was going to say, I have a Seattle bucket list now.
Yes.
So I'm not leaving till August 1st, or at the latest. I don't know when. Don't have dates yet, but I will be...
Summer.
Needing to do all the things. Like, I want to go hiking. I want to do the touristy things. I want to go to Portland. I've never been.
Yeah.
Who knows?
There's a lot of things you
could do.
There's
so many things.
Yeah.
And obviously, spend as much time as I can with you and, the other people that I've met here that are just so important to me.
Yes. And close it out, right? And then get ready for your next chapter, which is very promising.
And, I'm so excited. Caroline and I are going to have, a blast living together.
I was going to say, it's going to, I think, so nice for bonding and just, and reconnecting with your family and your roots. It's amazing. Yeah. It's a good thing. And I'm going to miss you like crazy.
Oh, my God.
But we got a lot of time.
Talk about it.
I'm hoping we do a couple more of these and we'll get more emotional each time.
Towards the end, it will just be 2 hours of sobbing.
You'll just hear whimpers, soft little gentle whimpers.
ASMR? ASMR.
Yes.
Wait, what's ASMR?
I don't know, but I think you might have made it up.
I want to look it up now. What if it's something really bad?
It might be something really bad. Who knows?
Small modular reactors.
I have no idea what that is.
That's fucking boring.
Okay, that is boring. I'm bored.
I was hoping for something spicy, like a disease.
Oh, God. Like our freaking hummus.
Yes.
Hummus. Yes.
Whatever it is.
Yeah.
I have some positive things to tell you about.
Cool. Is this the surprise?
Yeah. Well,
tell me.
So, okay, I released a video on my Facebook account that I took right before going into treatment, and it's just kind of a video journal. You know the podcast episode I released last 2 episodes ago where I would my bulimia journals?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, but it's a video.
Cool.
And just me telling...
And it was before you went to treatment?
Yeah, I'm just so miserable. You can clearly see I'm at the end of my rope. I'm just wanting it to stop. I look really rough and it's a really cold hard look at what it was doing to me and just how desperate I was.
Yeah.
But anyway, I posted that at 11 o'clock. This is what I do, guys, in my free time. I stay up late and I just watch depressing videos.
Oh, honey.
But I posted it at 11 o'clock at night, and then 2 seconds later, my ex calls me, Andrew.
Oh, really?
He calls me and he's just hey, I saw your video and I was just wanting to see if you were okay. And we talked for an hour.
Wow.
And it was really sweet. And he was yeah, my friends are all asking about you. We really care about you. And then, he was kind of drunk. So, but then there was a moment where he was you know what? I've never been in love with you, but I've realized that I do love you. You're a very important person to me. I care about you.
Christina.
And I cried because, it's so beautiful, right?
Oh, it's so beautiful. It's so sweet.
It's just... I know people love me, but sometimes I forget.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's really hard to feel that people love me. And so when people tell me, especially someone who's who I trust like that, it's just so heartwarming.
Yeah, someone who just genuinely cares for you. It's just
it's been a hard time for me in Seattle. I haven't really made a lot of friends except for obviously you.
Yeah. And Andrew.
So to hear that from someone who knows me very well and I don't know, it just warmed my heart.
Yeah. I love that. That's so sweet.
And then we hung out the next day.
How was it?
Pizza. It was good.
Was it?
Yeah.
Really? Oh, okay.
We slept together.
No, you didn't. Did you?
Yes.
Oh my God, Christina! Is that going to be on this? Are you going to edit this?
I'll probably edit it out.
Can I just say, if it's edited out, that story was juicy.
Right?
That was a real good story. And I
wanted to tell you on air. Well, okay, so he wrote about us having sex. He wrote about it without telling me, so I feel like...
He deserves it.
Whatever.
I'm just kidding.
I don't fucking care.
No, I mean, whatever's gonna happen. I'm shocked.
It's just
You okay?
I've never had casual sex before. in my life.
Was it? Is that what it was?
Yeah. We're not getting back together.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
But
it was really nice. He was just like, do you want to do this? I was like, sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. You're looking at the microphone like...
I'm looking at it like I'm looking at the audience right now, being like...
Can you believe this?
Can you fucking believe this? No, I mean, that's so fine. That is so okay. The only issue with it is if there's a complication of feelings. But sounds like that's not what's happening. Yeah. Sounds like you both are coming at it from a very similar space.
And it's not like we planned it or anything.
That's great! Okay,
that was good. It was confusing, but like good, and
a nice interaction with someone that cares for you and that you care for. So I'm
spicy.
happy for you in that. It's so fucking spicy. I cannot believe you just dropped that on me. If it does not end up in your podcast, I get it. But it's good. That's a good story.
If this does end up in the podcast, first of all, sorry, Mom. Second of all, I'll have asked him for his permission. Yes. Obviously.
We should have prefaced it with hey.
No, I'm not going to preface it with anything. I'm just going to drop it like I dropped it on you.
No, drop it on me. Yeah. Drop it anyway.
But that's kind of what I've been dealing with this week.
Wow.
I just feel so hopeful. Mm-hmm. It almost feels like a high.
No.
Like in addiction recovery, there's a phrase called the pink cloud. It's used to describe when you first get sober, everything feels new. You feel like you're in the honeymoon phase, you're floating, and then you inevitably crash. And so I feel like kind of I'm in the pink cloud of recovery right now because I feel like my life just opened up. I have all these opportunities. I have so many people who love me. I'm excited for the future. Big changes. Like I have this podcast. Like all this stuff is really, really going well for me for the first time in years. Yeah. And rather than be worried that it's not going to last, I think I'm just kind of embracing it and just enjoying it. Yeah. Because, I don't know, this is a weird time for me. I don't have a job. And it would be really easy for me to spiral.
Since you were 17. I can't believe that.
I've been working probably earlier than that. I've been babysitting since I was like 12. Wow. So I've always been working in some form. Mm-hmm. I feel like a teenager again, kind of. Yeah. I feel like I'm in high school and I'm about to go to college and I don't know what's out there and like I don't know what I want to do, but it's okay because I feel like I have time.
Because there's something at least, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
But in the meantime, I have this amazing podcast. I have you. We're gonna have some adventures this
summer. I want
it. Now.
Yeah, it would seem that's what you have now.
Just kidding. Just kidding, Andrew. You're more than that. If you're listening.
Oh, that's so sweet. But, I mean, truly, he is, right?
Yeah.
That happened, but at the same time, again, doesn't diminish the kindness that has been given back and forth. But I love that.
That's basically all that's going on in my life.
Yeah. Cool.
One of the things. Sorry, my allergies have been so bad.
I wonder why.
I think it's the time of year.
We're switching to spring.
But I want to talk about something that we talk about a lot on our walks. So the reason that these little mini-sodes come to be is that Connor and I take walks together.
Walkers.
And we have the best conversations. Yes. And every single time we're like, I wish I had this recorded. Yes. And so,
out in nature.
Yeah, but we were talking about how we're kind of... we feel emotions stronger than everyone else. And that's a blessing and a curse. Yeah. Because, like the person you're seeing right now, for instance, you said he has a harder time feeling things and you have a harder time suppressing things. Like, you kind of balance each other out.
It's tricky. For him...
That's not what you said exactly.
Yeah, what I would say is, for him, I would say that he's a professional around human behavior, and I think he really understands himself and can really... he just does a really good job with managing his feelings. So, that being said, and even to say about us, that not necessarily... Well, we do feel a lot of emotion,
who was it, your mom that said that it was a blessing to be able to feel emotions?
Yeah, she does say that. I mean, a lot of people say it, right? It is something to not take for granted. To be able to feel and live in the moments that come at you or wash over you is a nice. It's good. It's just the control is the hard part.
Yeah.
I get really scared when my mind goes off the rails, right?
Yeah, you don't know where it's gonna go.
Yeah.
You don't have control of it. That's the thing. When you're hit with emotions like the kind we have, it can either be a rush of euphoria that makes you want to go get shit done and be with people, or it can just be like crushing depression that could make you engage in really toxic behaviors.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. And so it's kind of scary when you don't know which one it's going to be on a particular day. But with that said, I don't know if I would change it. Like, if I could go back and change it and be the opposite way, I don't think I would want to. Like, I
don't know. You can't take it away from yourself. So you can. I think that's the point of some of my learnings lately, is that you are who you are. Learn to work with it.
Yeah.
Right? That's a big deal. You know, like I was saying, the person I'm seeing, he has learned to work with it, and he's been really practicing that, and he's farther on his journey than potentially you and I are, but who knows? But it's you don't really get a choice. Right? If I could go back, I wouldn't change it.
Yeah.
But
I think that's
right?
a pointless question to ask.
It feels like it almost I don't know.
Well, ever since I was a kid, those kind of questions would give me so much anxiety. Like, if you could go back and change so and so, what would it be? Yeah. I'm just like, I hate thinking about that because it puts so much pressure on you, A, but B, like,
that you're not enough who you are. It's wild.
It's not, you're saying you're not enough, and also, like, you can't do it.
You can't.
You're
impossible.
Literally wasting brain cells.
Yeah, brain cells out the window. I love it.
The only way I would think it would be a mistake is if you repeat a past mistake. Like,
yes,
I do to use past. I don't regret things, but I do let things teach me a lesson to not repeat them. Yeah. Like, if I repeat a mistake, then I feel guilty, and I would argue that I should feel guilty. The
second time around just hones the lesson in harder too. I just like.
It depends on what it is.
It's so hard. People are so complicated. Things are so complicated. And situation is so complicated.
I keep wanting to eat more of these, but I'm afraid they make a lot of noise.
Oh my gosh, no, just eat them. Have at it.
This hummus is so good.
Oh, it's so good. Actually, gave me the sweats a second ago. I was getting a little clammy on my forehead. Is that wild? Christina, as we get older, I'm hoping there just comes more understanding of who we are and what we are, and with that comes a little more calm and peace. That's what I'm looking for, right?
Well, I was telling you that we're so young.
Yeah.
I think that's fucking exciting.
It is exciting.
We have our whole lives. Well,
I was gonna say, I'm not even like halfway done yet if it goes by years.
Well, okay. I do want to say, life is short. You never know what could happen. So live like you'll die tomorrow, blah, blah, blah. But with that said, we do, if everything goes well, we'll have a lot of time.
Yeah.
And
and if we treat ourselves well, that's a good thing.
I've said before on the podcast that I don't really have a sense of self-preservation. Like, when they say young people kind of have an immortality complex, I kind of feel like that way for myself. Like, you can tell me the dangers of bulimia, you can tell me the dangers of drugs, and I know it in my heart that it's bad for me, but it's so far out in the future that I'm not even worried about it, or I don't even care enough. Like, I'm like, you know what? Like, in the past, I would think, I'm not going to live that long anyway, so, like, I don't care. Yeah. But now that I'm in recovery, and I say recovery kind of cautiously, because I don't like that word, because, like, I'm not perfect. Like, I still struggle. But, like, what was I saying? Oh my god! I just have
the idea of self-preservation, right?
Oh yeah. So now that I'm in recovery, I feel like the consequences of my actions are kind of sneaking up on me now.
Yeah, a little more apparent.
And it's like, holy shit! Like, I could actually have dementia if I keep taking these drugs, or like I could actually lose teeth if I keep vomiting. It's like, this is real. I'm not going to be this young forever. Yeah. I remember, like, when I posted my last day of Starbucks, I posted a picture of me on the first day, and then I posted a picture of me on the last day, side by side. And one of my friends made a comment that really, really hurt me at the time. Oh. She said, I can tell that you have mental illness by looking at your face, because you look like you've aged a lot, and you just don't look good. That was the gist of it. Not
I'm sure it was
words, but
but
it was.
I'm sure that was just shell shocking.
It wasn't. It was a strange comment. Like I guess she meant well, but like
yeah, it's almost that comment that's supposed to like wake you up, right? But
like I that's the thing. Like these things are catching up to me. Like they might have shaved years off my life. Who knows? You know, none of us can tell until.
It's over. But
until it's over.
Even then you can't tell. But
the thing is, this is going in a really dark direction.
Well, I'm interested in so your reaction and then what it means to you in this moment right now.
In this moment right now, so I feel two things pulling at me in different directions. I feel the pull of life and this voice that's saying, you know what, it's not too late. It's going to be okay. You can still do what you want to do. You can follow your dreams. And so you can still have a nice long life. And then I have the other voice that's saying, you know, you're never going to be able to do that. You're worthless. Like, you should just give up while you can. What's the point of changing if you're just going to relapse? All this stuff.
Yeah. I was going to ask you, you know, with the treatment in the program you just went through, those kind of thoughts that come up, have they given you tools to work against that, to what's the word, mend those thoughts?
Well, there are lots of emotional tools that I've learned in treatment.
There's a lot you've just learned.
So one of them is called expansion, and it's basically acknowledging those thoughts and giving them space, but refusing to let them take over. Right. So like I can acknowledge that I'm feeling these thoughts, that I'm scared and uncertain, and that I do have a self-destructive streak in me, but that I don't have to act on that. Like, you can't control your feelings, you can't control your emotions, but you can control your behavior. That's the one thing you can always control. And so
I was gonna say, you know, you have those two thought processes right there, the good and the bad. You're giving this bad the space, like you're saying, expansion, and letting it breathe for a second, but maybe choosing the more positive route is hopefully the habit, right? The one that you will end up sticking with. Fascinating, Christina. I mean, it's a wild. I mean, honestly. And people, I'm sure, say this all the time. Writing a book about this or giving yourself documentation to really be able to help others with this someday is going to be... It could be your life's calling. It could be a calling for you to help so many people, right? I mean, this podcast is a
oh my god, I just got chills.
But yeah, I just mean like all this stuff.
No.
You're going through a hard time right now, but the people you're going to help along the way, it's just a powerful thing.
Right? I hope it. You know what? I was talking to Andrew the other yesterday when we were hanging out, and I was saying, you know what? I think I want to write a book because otherwise what's the point of going through all this shit? And he was like, yeah, why do you think I'm a writer? Like, it's like I want this all to be worth it. I want my struggles to have some sort of fruit, if you will. Like, because I've been suffering for a long ass time, and I want it to be worth something. I want to help others not repeat my mistakes. So yeah, writing...
And even putting it down will help you not repeat your mistakes.
Writing something is... Like, writing a memoir is always something I've wanted to do. So we'll see what happens.
I hope it happens.
Me too. But thank you. Like, I really... That's another thing, like, as I'm moving into this new chapter of my life, I'm kind of re-examining what I want out of life. And
that's part of it.
I do want to help people. I don't know what career I want to do yet, but I do know I want to help people and I want to make a difference. So I'll keep you updated.
Keep me updated. I'll probably see it too. I'm not on socials right now, but keep me updated.
Yeah.
I shut it down quick. Let me tell you, social media, nightmare. Over it.
How long have you been over it?
Been off it, years, but last 2 weeks I've been off of it. I've been no apps, which is really nice. Let me tell you, it makes me so much calmer.
What are some of the benefits?
I'm just calm. Something about social media stresses me the hell out. I can't focus, and I can't focus on my job. I can't focus on my relationships. It's really not good. But it's gone. So keep me posted by a written letter, please.
So I've noticed in the last few days that I've been almost compulsively using social media. You know that thing you do where you rotate through all the apps?
Yeah.
And you check Instagram.
Refresh and check.
And then you refresh. You check Reddit, check Gmail, check Facebook.
Yeah.
Check Instagram,
TikTok,
Gmail, Reddit, Facebook.
Yeah.
It's over and over and over again. And I do that all fucking day. And For a while when I was in treatment, I did not go on social media as much because
Good.
obviously when I was in residential, I didn't have access to my phone all the time.
Yeah.
And then in PHP, it was just so busy, I wouldn't really check it all the time. But like now, I notice myself like just checking it the first thing when I get up.
Yeah.
I can't even go to the bathroom without bringing it in with me.
Yeah.
I can't just go down to the store without bringing it with me.
Yeah.
Like all these things, I'm just like, wow, I don't like this. This is a feeling of not being in control.
Yeah.
I feel like it's kind of controlling me. And so it's funny you say that because like just this morning I was like, how fun would it be to just have a day or two without my phone?
Mm-hmm.
Like
detox.
I'm always talking about how much I want to read and write.
Yeah.
But like I don't think I can have the space to do that until I put down my phone.
Yeah. I was having that talk with my boss the other day, just being like, she was asking me how I was doing. I was like, honestly, a little distracted. The phone really gets in the way, so I've been trying to just like put it across the room and like not use it. I highly recommend if you can to do it. You're gonna have a lot of time on your hands, so
oh my god, so much time on my hands.
To help occupy your mind, I don't blame you for having your phone.
But
Why
also,
not?
What was it you said at the very beginning of this talk about being in the moment? Like mindfulness is actually like the number one thing I was working on in treatment, just being able to be in the moment and not worry. It's a distraction. Like I know it's a buzzword, mindfulness, but like it's a practice.
Yeah.
You need to practice at it. And I am very uncomfortable sitting with myself and sitting with my feelings. I don't like it. I don't like having free time. I don't like not knowing what I'm going to do next.
Yeah.
But like I need to put myself in those situations in order to get past it. And it's exciting. Reframing it.
I'm hoping in bite-sized chunks, though. I just worry for you, right? I sit here being like, I don't want you to be in turmoil.
Oh, no.
Right?
Obviously, if it was like
I know for me when
raising my distress to a bad amount, I would... What was that sentence I just said?
If you're getting to an unhealthy place.
I just had a nap. Oh my god. So
I can't believe we just did this whole episode with you post-nap. I love it.
You're gonna have to get my vaccine. And I slept through my appointment.
I know, I feel for you.
That's like...
I don't even know when I can get mine.
That's like... Well, meanwhile, people are dying of COVID out there, and I'm sleeping through my vaccine appointment.
Well, don't be so hard on yourself that way. Well, you also looked at the facility, and it was closed.
Yeah, I wanted to call them after I woke up, but then I called them, and there was an automatic message that said, this location is closed. I went online and it says they're closed all Sunday.
I wouldn't villainize yourself in this moment. There's no reason to be completely
I want
honest.
People to know
there
that
are
I'm not
people
being...
in line too, so someone probably got it.
I want people to know I'm not being like flippant about it.
That's good. That is good. Yes. It's good that you see the severity of our situation at large.
I'm not flippant about it at all.
Yeah. Remember that people are in line, though. They get that vaccine that you missed. Yeah, okay. So it's not
that
like...
That makes me feel better.
It's not like it didn't go used,
Yeah, you're right. I'm just...
I get
beating myself up because that's what I do.
It's good for us to have it too, because you are trying to help by being a part of the vaccines, which.
But
I want mine.
It's exciting. Like, get your vaccine if you can.
Get your vaccine.
Like, a lot of places are starting to open it up to more and more people. Yeah. It's exciting.
Yeah, it's exciting. I'm hoping the farther we get into this year, the better the COVID situation gets.
We just passed the anniversary.
Yeah. Wow,
Can you fucking believe that?
It's horrifying, but...
Oh my god. I'm gonna put a little...
I cannot believe a freaking year.
Here.
Yeah, girl. A year in COVID. A year in quarantine. Oh, God, I used to watch those movies, like the quarantine movies, and be like, that'll never happen to us. Mm-hmm. And here we are.
Since the pandemic happened...
Yeah.
It's completely changed the way I watch horror movies.
Yeah.
Because... if this happened, what else can happen?
Oh my god, I know. Freaking serial killer or something.
Vampires.
Oh my god. Aliens.
Zombies is an actual fear for me.
Oh my god, really?
I don't know.
Yeah, we're all scared of zombies. But for Christina...
like in the movies when people
that's like a legitimate fear to everyone, I think. Isn't that
the premise of
You are not the first one to joke about that.
They found the cure for cancer, and then it turned everyone into zombies.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I'm still gonna get my vaccine. Guys, get your fucking vaccines, please. Yeah. For the love of all that is holy, get your fucking vaccine.
Get us out of this drama. Get us out of this drama.
Get us out. Okay.
Yes. Anyway.
But yeah. Anything can happen, and live in the moment, because tomorrow there could be zombies.
I was gonna say, is that what you want to close out with?
Yeah,
a little zombie moment?
I think that's perfect.
Oh my gosh, well, it was lovely being a part of this again.
Yes.
I love it.
Yeah,
Every
I love
time.
you.
Yeah, I love you.
I'm so excited for what the future holds.
Me too.
Except if it's zombies.
God, if it's zombies, I'm gonna be pissed.
Alright, bye. See you next time, unless we're eaten by zombies.
Bye, see ya.
Hey guys, thanks for listening to this episode of Pickles and Vodka. If you could relate to anything we talked about, you can follow the podcast at Pickles and Vodka Podcast on Instagram, on Facebook by typing in Pickles and Vodka Podcast. You can also email me at picklesandvodkapodcast@gmail.com if you have any stories or if you just want to say hi. Thanks again for listening, and I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Stay safe.